So, the time has come again.
Welcome
To
the
Naked.
Gaming
Really? Okay, with me, Lee Milner.
and me, Chris Sparrow. So how's your gaming been this month? What have you been up to?
I've been playing Animal Crossings.
Again?
My
At
island,
night again?
Island is looking fabulous. Of course at night. I'm never on it during the day.
What was the last thing that you caught?
A butterfly.
Oh, that's cool. But you don't like butterflies in real life?
No. That's why I caught
Why are
it.
you so scared of the butterfly?
And then I threw it in the ocean. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I love butterflies.
Die, butterfly! Said nobody ever.
And also Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah, we did a bit of Streets of Rage, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And we got a new telly for gaming.
Oh my god.
After
Tellygate.
4 attempts.
Tellygate.
Yeah, and we won't go into it, but the first one was
It made
smashed.
you a bit angry, didn't it?
The first one was smashed, the second one was the wrong telly, and the third one, I'm still waiting for the refund, but it's all fine. Anyway.
Wow.
Anyway, on last month's episode...
Just thought something, not Streets of Rage. It could be
TV Rage.
TVs of Rage. No, forget it. Forget it.
Well, last time round we heard about a really cool virtual reality campus at the University of Lincoln where you actually went to university.
Yeah.
Really cool. Check this out.
The actual footprint of the buildings is pretty accurate. What we did was we took a load of vectors of things like Google Maps, Google Street Maps, and we used those to kind of map the footprints. And what we wanted to do was, from specific kind of viewing angles, we wanted to make sure you got the same perspective, that you saw the same buildings ahead of you, that you got the same kind of basic visual experience.
Thanks to Dr. Chris Headland, you can see a video of the 3D swan now on our Twitter page.
It had to have the swans. It wouldn't be the University of Lincoln without the swans.
I like that was your only question that you wanted to know the answer to.
Swans and drunk people. Anyway, this is our June edition, which we're filming again.
Yeah.
Hopefully the editing will go okay.
You look fabulous, can I just say?
Thank you. I've got the
I
lighting.
am wearing my Quizmaster t-shirt.
Quizmaster.
'Cause we
My
were
mum
doing
got it. My mum got it for you.
Pub quizzes with the
And
fam.
you now
anyway.
do. It's a regular thing, isn't it? It's a weekly thing.
And who won the last pub quiz?
I did.
There we go.
I won the cactus of dreams.
Oh, yeah,
we have a cactus.
Our trophy's cactus for some unknown reason.
So that's by the bedside on the bedside table.
So what's our plan for this month then? What do we got?
So we'll be looking at how the gaming industry has reacted to the Black Lives Matter protests around the world.
Going to have the latest on the PlayStation 5 as well, actually, because there are new games, this huge reveal, announcement, event, so much stuff to go through there as well.
And how one granddad is using games to actually stay in touch with his friend over in California during lockdown.
I would be totally surprised if I was playing somebody and they said they're in their 70s.
I could go and play bowls or golf if I wanted to, but I'm not really interested in it.
I wish my grandpa gamed. He plays chess.
There's quite a community of older people playing games, and of course we have more time on our hands.
New releases include The Last of Us Part 2 and Desperados 3. I was thinking, because we did Streets of Rage 4, that's 2, 3, 4, and we've played Street Fighter 5. How high can you go in the numbers? But there's like Resident Evil 6, 7 and 8 that's been announced. And now I'm out.
That's it.
You've been playing Mortal Kombat 11, haven't you?
Yeah.
So-
I don't really look at the numbers. I just see
Just
Mortal
play-
Kombat. Just play it.
Oh, I found a game for you, by the way, which
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to make you play, called Serial Cleaner. Rather than Serial Killer, he goes around and cleans up after all the bad guys have done their dirty
Well, I'd be a
work.
pro.
I think you'd be
But
amazing.
it's not my own house, so I don't think I'd be bothered.
You don't care, do
No.
you? Okay. Also, Alex Rhodes has been getting busy again this month.
What?
And yes, it is 3D, it is a subway, and it is simulating me driving it at the moment. It's kind of first-person view. I'm in the cab. What have I got? I've got a little fire extinguisher. I've already started off moving. And I've got a mug down there. I think I need like an empty pot noodle to give that kind of real sort of authentic subway driver feel.
Guess what we made him play?
Subway Simulator.
Absolutely. You can subscribe to this podcast. It's at Naked Gaming Pod everywhere. On Twitter, on YouTube. Look for Lee Milner, Chris Sparrow, and subscribe for all the goodness. First of all this month, let's head over to the news desk / dining table area with Lee Milner. You have to actually move now.
Oh, what? Now?
Just only there.
All right, hang on. Oh. Well, Black Lives Matter protests have been taking place around the world after the death of George Floyd in police custody in Minneapolis. And the world of gaming has been reacting in different ways. Infinity Ward has announced it will be trying harder to ban racist names from its Call of Duty games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, including permanent bans for repeat offenders. They've also released a message supporting Black Lives Matter, which shows up every time you start the game. The indie gaming website itch.io, which has featured on this podcast before, released a gaming bundle of more than 1,700 games, which you can download for a minimum donation of $5. The money went towards funding the Black Lives Matter movement. In 10 days, they raised more than $8 million. Rockstar Games shut down access to Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online for 2 hours to honour the legacy of George Floyd, and many other gaming companies posted their own tributes. However, as we record this podcast, several indie developers have removed their games from Steam to protest against Valve's lack of support for the Black Lives Matter movement, with one developer, Julian Glander, saying over the past few weeks, Steam and Valve have chosen not to address the Black Lives Matter movement, failing to make even a broad and generic statement about racial justice. Finally, Sony delayed the reveal of PlayStation 5, originally scheduled for June 4th, saying they did not feel it was time for a celebration.
Thanks to Lee Milner, our gaming newsreader. And speaking of the PlayStation 5, after the initial delay, the big reveal did in fact come on the 11th of June. And we finally found out what it's going to look like, and also when it might be released. We saw quite a few games there as well. So Rhiannon Bevan, who's a gamer and writes for GameLuster.com, is going to take us through the big announcements.
The future of gaming is here. Well, according to Sony it is anyway. In a 2-hour event that was streamed online, we got a first glimpse at the PlayStation 5, how it looks, the new games, and even a look at the tech specs of the console. All in all, 26 games were officially announced, including Demon's Souls, and Horizon Forbidden West.
There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world. No depths I won't explore. No secret I won't unlock.
And there's also a new version of Grand Theft Auto 5 with extra content. Plus, there's 2 versions of the console. There's the standard PS5, complete with a 4K Blu-ray drive, and then there's a discless version called the PS5 Digital Edition. It's supposed to be able to play games in 8K resolution, which is a lot of pixels, but the reveal stream was broadcast in a lower quality because of the current coronavirus pandemic. When is this launching? Well, the PS5 should be coming to a living room near you holiday 2020, so just before the end of the year. And how much will it all cost? Industry experts expect it to be around £450, but there's been no official announcement yet, so we'll have to wait and see.
Thanks, Rhiannon Bevan. I actually read one report that says there might be a shortage of consoles when it does eventually launch because of coronavirus. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
And we will do. Who knows what will happen when it eventually comes.
Now, how about this for a story, right? Gary Bohill-Mann is a full-time carer for his wife. He's a granddad, and at the age of 74, he actually plays games, which I know it sounds surprising.
It's unusual, though.
Yeah. But we haven't had many 74-year-old gamers on the podcast. He's been using gaming, though, to meet up with his friend Mike Nolan, who's 71, so that they can play Division 2 and Ghost Recon together. Now, Gary's based in East Anglia in the UK, and Mike's in California.
It's an amazing story. They actually met online, and Gary's granddaughter, Tallulah, actually enabled them to meet by helping him fly over to California.
Oh, they were reunited
So
in
cool.
person.
And they made a film about it called Game of Life. We're going to hear from Mike later on, but first let's start with Gary and Tallulah together. I managed to catch up with them and just ask them a little bit about how he got into gaming.
I've always played games, yeah. I mean, going back right back when I was a lot younger, I used to play chess and those things, and I had the usual sort of games of Risk, Lead Soldiers, played those in war gaming scenarios. And when I got my first computer, I got it to do work for my degree, and I found out you could play video games on it, and there was one called Dungeon Keeper.
Oh yeah, I used to play that, yeah.
Yeah, remember that one? That was probably the first ones I played, and then I graduated from there, really.
And games nowadays are so complicated, and the graphics are so good, and they're very realistic as well. Is that, I suppose, one of the attractions that brought you to some of the most current games? Because the Division 2 is hugely, complicated, and it's about taking cover and stuff like that. I guess that's one of the attractions nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more technical now, and the graphics are brilliant, and it's good.
And tell us about this meeting, because one of the key moments of the film, which is such a kind of amazing part of it, is this journey.
So I mean, obviously, when I first had the idea for the film, and I was working with a girl called Leanne with this, who we both co-directed it together. We knew from the start that to make this film work and make it a journey, we want to have the moment where they meet. I mean, at the time it seemed pretty ambitious that we were going to take my 74-year-old granddad all the way to Los Angeles with his friend, and so many elements that made that seem.
Yeah, I've got a beard.
There's a voice I'm used to.
All right, buddy. God, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Put a face to that. Look at you.
You're looking nice and healthy.
You don't look so bad yourself, mate.
I'm okay for a little part. We could go over to the village. You were talking about going on a walk around the village to see it.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Anyway, they do have a place that does serve tea over there that you guys might enjoy.
Yeah, be good. The only thing I had in my mind was that Mike said to me one day we were playing, he said, I can't play too long today, I've got to go off, I've got to get my hair cut and my beard clipped. And I thought, haircut and beard. And for some reason I got an image of Colonel Saunders in the and that's what I imagined him to be like. And when I actually saw him, he is a little bit like him,
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
How often do you talk through the game? And I suppose it's not just one game, because I know you play many different ones, but is it like a daily thing, a weekly thing?
We play daily. I usually go on about 2 o'clock, and Mike comes on 2:30, 3. I mean, he must get up really early because of the time difference.
Yeah, what is the time difference? He must be super early for him. Oh, I see. Oh, you've got a clock there that's so you know when to call him.
California time, yeah.
We're in kind of unusual, weird times at the moment. A lot of people are staying in more than they normally would be. I suppose, have both of you found gaming to be useful during this time? Because I've certainly been playing more than ever myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, especially my age group, because we've been really locked away all the time.
Yeah.
Gave me an outlet and somebody to talk to and actually talk about things that are going on.
How amazing is that?
Such a good story, isn't it?
You can see why she made a movie out of it. It could be a blockbuster movie. Two men, gaming brought them together.
Is that how your voiceover audition?
Available for voiceovers?
With that voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can check out the film all about Gary and Mike, which was co-produced by Leanne Rogers and Tallulah Self. Just search for Game of Life on Vimeo and it will appear there. Funded by Red Bull.
Amazing, isn't it? I did actually try and play some Division 2 with Gary and Mike online. I spent ages installing Division 2 and then tried to hook up with them, but I realised they were playing on Xbox and I was on PlayStation. So never mind.
Oh dear, maybe next time.
Yeah.
I am that which you see before you, nothing more.
You're listening to the Naked Gaming Podcast with me, Lee Milner, and Chris Barrow, and this is also available on a video podcast. So just search for us online. YouTube is the place to go.
And do subscribe on the podcast as well, because there's bonus bits on the podcast that are really worth listening out for. Let's go on to our new releases. There are quite a few this month. We've got to start with one of the most anticipated games of all time, The Last of Us Part 2.
I'm gonna find. And I'm gonna kill. Every last one of them.
Now, you've been playing this a lot.
As much as I can.
Haven't you?
Because it came out 2 days before we recorded this episode, so I've been trying to get in as much as I can. I have to say, obviously it's amazing. Everyone's giving it 10 out of 10 reviews. Now, I could just go, this is an amazing game, buy it.
Okay.
You're gonna do that already.
Okay.
It's a given.
And by the way, it's cheaper at some places.
We found it in Tesco's the other
50
day.
quid.
50 quid. And it's 55 for download, so...
That's strange.
It is
They're normally cheaper.
Very unusual.
Through downloading, but...
Yeah, I'm shocked by that. But anyway, the way this one works, it directly carries on from The Last of Us Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
I really think you should go and play The Last of Us Part 1 if for any reason you haven't at all. You start off by playing as 3 characters and they all come together and meet at a certain point. Now, 2 of the characters are the ones you played as before. The other one called Abby, I really didn't care for Abby.
Wow.
I was like, why am I playing as Abby?
You're sacked off.
I couldn't be bothered with
Bye.
Abby. I was getting angry. But then the moment when they meet, it becomes clear why you're playing as Abby. And it's like mic drop.
Okay.
The audio's a bit all over the place. So if you're watching the cutscenes, it goes rah, and it's too loud, and then they'll be talking like this. Oh, let's go to the beach. And you think, well, sorry, say that again.
It's like this podcast.
How dare you? Are you judging my skills?
No, that's all.
The only thing I will say is it's got more than 60 accessibility settings. So if you have difficulty gaming, for example, there are actually one-handed controls, for example, that you can play with. You can adjust the colours. You can have directions in case you suffer with your hearing, for example. So they've made it really easy for everybody to play. So I love that.
But you said this has loads of cutscenes in.
Yeah, you wouldn't like this game. It's like Metal
We
Gear
all
Solid.
know what I hate. I hate cutscenes.
This starts off in about 5 minutes.
If it's like a film, forget it. I'll watch a film. I just want to get in there, shoot some baddies, kill some people.
Yeah.
Sounds like my... No, I'm joking.
Sounds like what?
Sounds like my normal day. I really don't do that. I'm a good citizen.
You work for the BBC, my friend.
But you just... they know. But you know, I don't want to be sitting down watching things forever and a day.
It's not for you, but it is a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah, it really is.
10 out of 10, wow.
Even though there's slight problems here and there, it just doesn't get any better than this.
Well, The Last of Us Part 2 is out now as a PS4 exclusive at £55.
Or 50 if you go to Tesco's.
Or 50 if you go to Tesco's.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
Now it's time for our retro revival feature.
I do like retro, and you like a bit of retro.
My favourite.
We were going to play Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which is really cool. Did you play that as a kid? It was on Game Boy and then they did it for PlayStation 1.
I used to play with my sister.
It's so cool. But
it was a good one.
They delayed it.
As I was wondering.
It was supposed to come out on May the 26th, and I thought, well, that's stupid because it should have come out on May the 4th, Star Wars Day. But they've just delayed it, and we don't
Is
actually
it to do
know.
with coronavirus, perhaps?
Yeah, I think it is actually to do with that. So fair enough, let it come when it's ready. But Burnout Paradise has been remastered and released for Nintendo Switch. Now, we wanted to go head-to-head in this game, but you can't play 2-player.
Oh.
I was like...
only for single people.
Yes. I was like, oh, we're going to go head-to-head, have a bit of a race, you know. But have you played the Burnout, the original, before? It's really cool. It's very fast-paced. You like a racer as well,
I do
you?
like a racer.
But this one is...
Do you remember, did you ever used to play V-Rally on
Yeah,
Sega?
yeah.
V-Rally?
Yeah.
Oh my God. My dad used to absolutely nail it. And when you're younger and you play with your mum or your dad and you know, then you usually let you win. My dad, you've met my dad,
yeah,
obviously.
He wouldn't have let you
He's
win.
like, no, you must die!
Literally.
And he'd literally just kill me.
Wow. So Burnout Paradise has been remastered, but I forgot how bad it was.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
So what you do, instead of having tracks to race around, they give you a big city and they go get from point A to B, good luck getting there.
Yeah.
And you sort of think, but I want to race around the track, I want to do the crash
good old
events.
days.
So anyway, it's getting a 0 because it's a stupid game.
Oh.
Don't bother. 45 quid as
Bit
well.
harsh to
No,
0.
45 quid, especially on the Switch. The only funny thing is that, you know, like places have mottos, like Latin mottos.
Yeah.
The Burnout Paradise motto is Loco pedal ut metal.
And of course you'll know what that means.
Which means put the pedal to the metal.
That's not a cool way of saying it, but okay.
But anyway, it's out now, but don't bother.
This is the Naked Gaming Podcast with Chris Barrow.
And Lee Milner.
Oh.
I got in there.
Okay then.
Sorry.
Don't forget the video version, by the way. We are currently recording this on many mobile devices.
Yeah. You've got a light this time.
I've got a light, fancy light.
Why have you got a fancy light this time?
I need one, darling.
Why don't I have a fancy light?
Because you're not a star.
Oh, thanks. That's nice.
Darling. Anyway, it's time now for our simulator of the month. Oh yeah, we don't rehearse this. Remember our transporter reporter.
It's like
how long does it take you to write these scripts?
Transporter reporter.
Anyway, transporter reporter Alex Rhodes saying this in our last episode. Play the clip.
You see, it has the tendency to run unskippable ads. It's free to download, so I get it. That's for Subway Simulator 3D. Wow. Fortunately, my life isn't quite that tragic yet.
My life isn't that tragic yet, he says. Well, it is now.
So you can see I've already named my character, Big Al. I thought that was a good, like, subway driver name. Ooh, what's collection of trains first? Oh, right, so you can choose your vehicle. Oh, some are premium, though. You've got to pay extra if you want the mighty M200. But I have been left with the 81-760 and the faithful steed that is the 81-717.2N. Of course, classic train. There's the Moscow Halloween train, which is one of those that's premium. They could have picked Ghost Train. Ghost Train was right on the table and they chose not to call it that. Oh well. Right, let's play this, shall we? So there's driver mode, passenger mode, where you just sit on the train, and mission mode, but that's coming soon. That's not completed yet. So let's just go with driver mode. I can sit on a train in my own time. Well, I can't because of coronavirus, but, you know. Right, okay, here's the line. In Eastern Europe, so you could pick, there was a selection of places, they're all locked at the moment apart from Eastern Europe, but London and New York are on there. I'm going to pick the 81-717.2N, of course, the Lamborghini of trains. Did you know, okay, that went too quick. There was a fun fact about Subway on there, but it loaded so quickly I didn't get to find out, but it was something about Volgograd in Russia. Okay. All right, so I'm off already. And yes, it is 3D, it is a subway, and it is simulating me driving it at the moment. It's kind of first-person view. I'm in the cab. What have I got? I've got a little fire extinguisher. I've already started off moving. And I've got a mug down there. I think I need like an empty pot noodle to give that kind of real, sort of authentic subway driver feel. Okay. Oh, I'm well above the speed limit. Slower. Oh, too slow. There we go. Oh, I'm on a platform. Oh, stop. I've got to get to the end. Oh, right, okay, come on, keep going. There we go, let's just stop there. It's a bit short, but doesn't matter, you can't get on the back carriage. Sorry about that, gang. Open the doors. Wrong stop on station. Don't know about that. Right, that was the sound of my passengers boarding. I've now got 15 passengers. Full speed. Let's get them going. Oh, the mood of the passengers is 100%. 100%. I don't know about you, but last time I caught the London Underground, my mood wasn't 100%. I wasn't like, this is my happy place. Oh, I can change my view. Aha, I can see my passengers. Well, they do look quite despondent, which is very true to life. Just sort of sat there, staring at nothing. Quite miserable. That's what we like to see. That means I'm doing my job correctly, I think. Stop, stop. Beautiful. That was like an emergency stop. Okay. Stop. Let people off. I stopped perfectly. The best thing is you can set off without letting everyone on, just like a real subway underground driver. Yeah, mind the gap, you idiot. It's like a really boring roller coaster. And like, I know there's different levels, like because you can go to the London Underground and things, but like, surely a concrete tunnel looks like a concrete tunnel anywhere. You're not like, ah yes, I recognise the dappling on the concrete walls. That must be the Moscow Underground. I'm still over the speed limit, but... Oh, go away, advert. Wait, you were removed from the line? You have 5 fines. Wrong stop and speeding. What? Right. Oh, I have to write an explanatory letter to the chief of Subway Simulator 3D. I oversped 3 times. I stopped the train in the wrong place 1 times. Enter text here. Oh, right, I can customise my own letter of apology. Sorry for driving train bad. Got to sign it. That's the me. Oh, I've been acquitted.
Thanks, Alex Rhodes. What are we going to do with him next, Chris?
So many options. Have to tune in.
Maybe we could like ask people to get in touch and that they can give him a challenge.
What, like challenge Alex?
Challenge Alex.
Wow.
He's like the Annika Rice of the podcast.
He looks like Annika Rice
Yeah,
as well.
there you are.
Good luck, Alex. You can find out more about his adventures at Naked Gaming Pod on Twitter.
Send us a tweet or a message, and you never know, you might end up featuring on this very podcast.
Can I finish with the question from the quiz that we did the other day? You liked this question. What is bunny in South Africa? You know the answer, don't you? What is bunny? Do you remember? I'll do an action for you.
Oh, it's food.
Yeah, it's a curry in a bread.
It's curry in a bread. So if you ever go to South Africa and you order a bunny, you won't be getting a bunny, you'll be getting curry in a bread.
Well, hopefully.
There you are. There's your fact for the day. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next month. Peace out. Oh, we might drop the mics last time. Can we do that again?
Go on then.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Mind the dining table.
Hi, Bailey. Yeah, I know.